Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. I'm really excited about today's video. I'm collabing with my friend Anya. I will have her channel linked down below, of course. Please go check her out if you haven't. She's such a sweet human. She is one of the kindest people I've met here on YouTube. She's so supportive. She's so lovely. She does lots of good videos. She plays with a lot of palettes. She loves playing with color. And I just really love her as a person. She's just such a sweetheart. I just want to give her a big hug. Anya, thank you for wanting to collab with me. She wanted to do a palette bingo with our Beaute palettes, and I'm really excited to do so because I know you guys have been wanting it too, so it just works out perfectly. Anya is the one I've mentioned before. She gifted me both the Luminous matte primer and a new Beauty Bakerie oil, so she's an angel. And like I said, her channel will be down below. Please go check her out. She's a great friend. But anyway, moving on. She loves Beaute probably close to as much as I do. I don't think anyone could love them as much as I do. But we're gonna play with all 5 of our palettes. We have the Paradise Collection and the Flair palette. I don't know if she has the Grandiose, but we weren't including that one. We just wanted to play with the Paradise Collection and the Flair palette. Someone's gonna be mad that I didn't use the Grandiose, but whatever. I will play with the Grandiose at some point. I promise I will give that one some love. Let's just go ahead and look at these palettes in case you haven't seen them. This is the Blossom Passion. I just did a 3-Licks-1 palette recently. I actually uploaded this the day that I'm filming this. But this is what this one looks like. It is like a pink springy lover's dream. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum, this is the Classical Paradise, and it is a grungy fall lover's dream. Next is Paradise Fallen. If you need a good purple palette, this is the one I highly recommend. It's so pretty. I've never worked with purples that behave the way these do. These are so lovely. My choker is falling down my shoulders. I don't know why that's happening. Last from the Paradise Collection is the Slice of Paradise. It is the best rainbow palette in my opinion. I love this so much. I didn't even realize how much of a love I had for it until I did my 3-Licks-1 palette with this. I had such a fantastic time playing with it. I actually used Flamingo as my blush today because I think it's such a cute shade. And for my highlight, I actually dipped into Barley from the Classical Paradise palette, and I also think it's lovely. And then my #1 favorite palette of all time, the Flair palette. This one just makes my heart sing. It is literally me in a palette. It's colorful, but it still has that grungy, earthy aspect. It's so pretty. I love the bright yellowy green. Love this bright red. I love these purple tones. I love these blue tones. I love this mustardy, grungy yellow. Everything about this palette speaks to me. I knew I had to have it as soon as it launched, and I bought it on launch day. And I've never stopped loving it since. I'm really excited to play with all of these together. I've actually never played with any of my Beaute palettes with another palette, actually, so this is gonna be fun. Obviously, if you can count, I have 5 palettes, so I'm just gonna randomly generate 1 shade from each palette, see what we get, and we'll move on from there. I guess I'll probably just do it in the order that I showed you because I don't know what other order I would put them in. So in each of the Paradise Collection palettes, there are 12 shades, so I have my random number generator here. We're gonna do Blossom Passion first. We got #4. Oh, we got Carnation. I love this shade. This is what I used as my blush in that 3-Licks-1 palette video. I think it's so cute. Such a pretty corally orange color. And now for the Classical Paradise, we got #2. We got Barley, so we got a good highlighty shade. I'm kind of bummed that we didn't get Maize or Golden Apple. I mean, the chances of getting that were slim, but I love those shades. They're my favorite. This is such a good highlighty shade. It's so pretty. And now the Paradise Fallen palette, we got #12. So we got Blackout. I don't know if I've ever gotten a black in a palette bingo, so that's interesting. I actually don't recall if I've ever used this black, now that I think about it, maybe once. And last for the Paradise Collection, we have the Slice of Paradise palette, and we got #6. So we got Starling. So far this is really interesting, but I could already do something really cool with this, but we need to add in the Flair palette, so we could get anything, but honestly, I feel like anything we get I can make work. Knock on wood. We'll see. So there are 15 shades in this palette, so I just reset it really quick, 1 to 15, and we got #8. We got the shade Pumpkin. It's a really bright pumpkin-y orange color. Ooh, this is cute. It's very springy. I like it. I mean, obviously the black doesn't make it springy, but I'll be able to just kind of use that as a deepening shade. I'm okay with this color combination. I think it's gonna be really cute. 4 mattes, 1 shimmer. I'm not too frightened, and I'm ready to get on with it. I'm going to go ahead and just zoom you guys in, prime my eyes with my Smashbox Lid Primer in Light, and I do not set it because I just don't prefer to do that. And we'll get started. All right, I'm back. We're closer than ever. I'm taking the shade Pumpkin first, which is that orange from the Flair palette. And I'm just gonna use this as my transition shade slash my entire crease shade. I'm not going to pop any of the other colors in my crease just because I don't want to. I'm going in very lightly. You don't need to dip in heavily with these shadows. If you have these shadows, you know that. If you don't have these shadows, now you do. They're just extremely pigmented, and for that reason, I can understand why they're kind of hard to work with for some people. But for me, I really like a very pigmented shadow. So just dip in lightly and build it up where you need to, and it'll all be good. All good things. I'm actually going to dip the tiniest amount into Carnation from the Blossom Passion palette and just run that right over the top edge, but not very much. Just enough to just add a little bit of an extra element to the crease. But I want it to mostly just be orange. And now I'm going to take Blackout from the Fall in Paradise palette. I'm going to use that as my deepening shade in the outer corner, slash what I'm going to kind of begin to smoke out under the outside half of the lower lash line. I'm not taking this up too high or out too far because I do still need to blend it out. I don't want this black to get out of control. And just going back in with that brush that I used for Pumpkin with no additional product, I'm just going to begin to softly blend that edge where they meet. I'm dipping in just a little bit into Pumpkin. I'm using very light pressure. I'm not going in super hard, just very small strokes. That's pretty much what I want this outer corner to look like. I know the lower lash line is kind of scary, but I will get to that later. I'm not too worried about it right now. So next I'm going to do a half cut crease, and for that I'm going to use my Makeup Revolution cut crease canvas. Mine is in the shade Illustrate. And I mean, obviously you don't have to do a cut crease, but I'm feeling that vibe. I want to totally clean up the space so that I can have room to work with more shadows. So I just place it on my lid and look up so I can kind of see where my eye specifically transfers into my crease so I know where to cut it. Because otherwise shadow is just going to transfer there anyways. Well, maybe not because I'm just using mattes, but I just like to kind of follow that line, you know? So I just get some on a flat brush. A flat brush is key for this. If you don't have a flat brush, it's not going to be easy to do a cut crease. If you're ever doubtful that you can do a cut crease, trust me, I struggled for such a long time until I finally figured out how I like to do it for myself, and now I can do it so fast and easy. So just keep practicing. It's all it takes. And also a flat brush. It also takes a flat brush. So now that that's done, I'm going to start by taking Carnation from the Blossom Passion palette. And I want this to be laid, I kind of want this to be laid more towards the bottom half of this cut crease. I'm going to do kind of a fusion of colors across this lid. So I'm going to start by packing this kind of at a diagonal from like the top point of this black into towards the corner of my eye. And I'm just going to go back through with that brush that I used with the black with no additional product just to start smudging in this outer corner where those shades meet. And now using the exact same brush, I'm just flipping it over. I'm dipping into Starling from the Slice of Paradise palette. And I want this shade to go where there is still concealer showing, basically. Although I actually need a smaller brush. This is a really random brush that I'm now using, but my brushes are dirty and I really need to clean them because I'm running out of clean brushes. I will clean them today. If your cut crease isn't like perfectly crisp, don't stress because I have a plan to incorporate glitter, and I'll have a little trick to show you on how to make your cut crease look absolutely divine. Because as of right now, it doesn't look like a crazy crisp cut crease anymore just because of the colors that are next to each other. If I would have put a lot of black directly in the crease, it would have had a lot more definition, but I didn't want to do that. and it'll all come together, don't worry. Now just going back in with Carnation, just a little bit, just to kind of tap over this edge where the purple meets it. Then some more of the brush that I used with the black, with again no additional product. And then just a little bit with that very first blending brush, just to blend this outer edge just a tiny bit more. And now for under my lower lash line, I want to showcase that Carnation shade just a little more. So I'm just taking that and popping it kind of in the first half of my lower lash line. And then I'm going to take that first brush we used with a little bit of Carnation just to smudge everything out so it's nice and smoked out and it flows together. Taking Barley with my pinky finger to pop in my inner corner because it's literally one of the prettiest inner corner highlight shades that I own. I love it so much. And now I'm going to take this liquid glitter eyeshadow. This is from Beaute in the shade Crushed Copper. I'm going to take just any little liner brush that's nice and thin. Just going to load the product up on it. And basically where that exact cut crease is, like where the concealer was cut, I'm going to place a line of glitter. And that's going to give some added distinction as to where the cut crease is. But it's super easy, it just adds that little extra something to make it look a little extra, you know? I'm sorry if you can hear the lawn people outside. I swear it's like every time I need to film, there's something going on outside my window. But I like this little trick because if you just don't have a lot of good distinction between where your cut crease is because of your color choices, or maybe you were just sloppy that day and didn't get your cut crease as perfect as you wanted to, the glitter just kind of helps make everything look a little more cleaned up. And everyone likes glitter, you know? I want something in my waterline, but I don't really have any of these colors as an eyeliner. I'm gonna go in with this Velvet Violet eye pencil from Pixi and stick that in my waterline just to kind of go with the purple that's in my lid area. It's not exactly the right tone of purple, which I was worried about, so now I'm going to take the Insomniac pencil from Colourpop and just kind of pop it over top of it, and I think the fusion together will make it a little better. I need a corally peach eye pencil so bad. That helped a lot actually. That made it look a lot like the purple in my lid. So I'm going to now do the other eye, throw on my lashes and something on my lips, and we'll finish this up. I'm such a nut. I just got done filming and I was putting everything away and I went to start editing and I didn't even film the outro, so I'm back now. I mean, it's been 2 seconds for you, but it's been like 30 minutes for me. Anyways, this is the final look. I really like it. I like how it all pulled together. This honestly is something I feel like I would have done on my own, and that's not very common for palette bingos. A lot of these are kinds of color combinations I don't normally go for, but I feel like I totally would have done this and I really like it. It's very springy, it's very cute, and I like it a lot. On my lips, I just went with a little bit of Jeffree Star's 818 and I just kind of tapped it around so it was a little bit softer of a look, and then I tapped a little bit of the QT So Juicy gloss from Colourpop over top. My lashes are the Sugarpill Plush lashes, my giant ones. And I mean, this is about it. I don't really have anything else to say. I really like the look. I love playing with the Ace Beaute palettes. It's definitely one of my favorite shadow formulas ever. It's so good for me. I love playing with those palettes. The color stories are so fun to work with. Anya, thank you for wanting to do this with me. This was such a great idea. I can't wait to see what the palette bingo gods gave you to work with. I hope it's kind of on the complete opposite spectrum, actually. I hope you get lots of purples and blues and greens, but we'll just have to wait and see. I can't wait to check it out. Go check out her video now that you're done watching mine. Tell her I sent you if you're new to her channel. If you're not already, please hop over to my Instagram. It's beautbean. Follow me there. I post every single day. Please give this video a like as well if you enjoyed this palette bingo. Let me know what other palettes and just multi-palettes you want me to use, because I write all my ideas down and your ideas down. I write all the ideas down. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I post at least 5 days a week, sometimes 6, sometimes 7. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.